Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Friday morning trading room. The end of another work week. All right, let me get the warning down there. In case you didn't read all that, that is your boilerplate reminder that trading is serious business, and it does carry degrees of risk with it. Obviously, you should never trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. Okay, today we're back with Ninja 8. Hopefully, over the weekend, I will have time to update all my charts to Ninja 8. Right now, however, we're just running the Raptor, and I've got the Raptor here on the NASDAQ. I was just taking a look here pre-market. Where's my daily chart? Here we go. Oops. What did I do with that? Where'd you go, daily chart? Come back. Ah, there you are. Okay. This was yesterday's session. You can see it was the first day in, well, several days in the span of a week where we did not make a new high, but we did breach the prior low. That's significant. And it's hard to see on here because the bar is relatively small. But where we're opening, we're actually down a little bit. There's a little bit of an opening gap. To deal with this morning. But you can see the overnight, nice steady progression lower. If you look for your in-sync signals, in sync with your trading band and your ATR, I love days like this or nights like this. It makes trading, well, relatively easier because we've got a bit of a trend going on. It's not that sideways mess that we were dealing with the last little while. Although I may have spoken too soon, it seems like we've hit a little bit of a sideways skid right here. You can see we keep flip-flopping. Our ATR parameters keep going back and forth. We're trading past the hard edge of the trading band. Almost looks like our trading band is going to turn over now. In fact, I would be open to a rally bar at this point. But it's very early, of course. We'll give them a few minutes here. They're off to a slow start today. Well, we have had a test of the extreme here. It's very tempting to try to buy in. Looking for a little bit of a rally up. Here we go with the flip-flopping again. What I'll consider doing if they don't break out soon, I will consider bracketing this maybe as a sideways range and then looking for a breakout. They seem very content hanging around 65.90. That's where the primary support line is. And you can see we've tagged it several times. In fact, it's kind of skewering the market at this point, 65.91.5 to be precise. All right, here now the breakout lower. So remember, if we considered this to be our trading range, now we've got a breakout to the short side. Now, what's significant about that is that we can actually set up an order to short below here. Or we could just get ready to short an order. There we go. So what I've done is I've just hopped in with a sell order on the breakout, on the continuation below here. Now my stops should go, come on, stops. My stop should go at least above here. Above this last swing. Ideally, they should go up here. I'm going to hold on, and if we don't see evidence of a continued move lower, I need another bar lower here so that I can roll my stops up a little bit. Oh, they're not going to give it to me. Stinkers. Well, see, it's too early in the day. Opening range. Opening range, always a difficult time of the day to trade. Okay, so I've got a couple of bear bars going for me now, so I'm going to bring my stops in a little. If the market fails at this point, it's probably going to continue back inside the trading range, maybe even challenge the highs. Do need to see the sellers step up here. I don't think they're going to do it. No, they're not going to do it. See, it's that early trading. All right, so here was our trading range. Here was the breakout. I tried to short here off this quick little retest. Turns out they gave me a little bit of a head fake. So I got tagged back here. Oh, here they come again. Well, I think we'll just wait. I think we'll wait a little bit here. Although it is very tempting to try to short this bottom end of the range again because we're making lower highs all the time. All right, I will try it one more time. I'll be more aggressive with my stops this time. So here I am shorting the breakout lower. Oh, we got a little bit of giddy up on this one. All right, let's see if I can take a profit target down there to the secondary support zone. Doggone it, here they go again. Okay, this working out a little bit better this time. I'm going to roll my stops. Okay, I'm going to take my stops to pretty much a break even at this point. Oh, they weren't supposed to. They weren't supposed to do that little hiccup move just yet. It looked like they were getting some momentum. I had 4 solid bars here in my direction, and then they put the brakes on. Oh well, we'll try it again. The fact that they seem reluctant to head lower does open up the possibility of a move higher. You can see we've actually printed a number 2 signal. Now, depending how aggressive you want it to be on this, there's a lot of trading this early, but because, like I said, the market's not heading lower, I am very, very tempted to try to take this market higher. And if it heads higher, it won't just go to the secondary support, or pardon me, the primary support line here. There is a good chance that they will try to get up here to the median line. Remember I mentioned there was a little bit of a gap to start the day? Well, that median line would certainly fill that gap. Now, once again, this is a very aggressive trade, but what I'm looking at is I'm looking at a market that, to me, seems like it's in a sideways trading range. We had the breakout lower, I suppose in one sense this is actually a retest now of the breakout, depending how you draw your range. But we've had several attempts to move the market lower, tried to sell them. Took a loss on one, took a break even on the other. If the market is not heading lower, then there is a good chance it will try to head higher. So that's the logic that I'm using here. So we're going to roll my stops up. Actually, I'm going to try to save a little bit of open profit here. All right. Good morning, Frank. Frank asks, is this the new Raptor? This is the Raptor on Ninja 8. I'm trying to move my system over to Ninja 8. Unfortunately, right now I only have the Raptor on Ninja 8. So what I've been doing is we've been alternating days. Ninja 7 on one day and then Ninja 8 on the next. Okay, so let's see. We actually got paid on the long side. That does. I was going to go out on a limb here and say that that does make the buyers a little bit stronger. All right, well, hold on here. Once again, we're establishing a bit of a sideways drift here, and that as the market does that, it's eventually going to move itself into a tight spot. Although we just produced a number 3 signal, actually a number 1 signal and a number 3 signal to short. And it looks like that number 3 signal is actually giving us some follow through. As we once again challenge the bottom end of this trading range. All right, you know what? I'm going to throw my just in case order down here. This is just my order here in case the downtrend continues lower. I'm going to throw my stop order up here, my exit order. And I do have a secondary support zone down here, which may work out to be a decent profit objective. Wow, the lack of follow through here this morning is crazy. This is what we encountered a couple of days back, where the market was just waffling back and forth all the time. It's maddening. Okay, I'm going to be much more aggressive with my stops. Roll those in right there. Okay, now I'll take them to more or less break even. So what all this is I was too late for the number 3 signal. Darn it. I was too late for the number 3 signal. I was still looking at this bigger trading range. Here was the breakout of the trading range. Here was the retest. It was a fairly big retest. Hold on a second. I got to see about changing these line colors. Got too much blue going on here. Do they not give me the option to change the default anymore? All right, we'll see what that does. Okay, so here was the move lower. Here was the retest. Now, normally we like to see the retest not go as deep, but it did. It went deep. And then it came out again with the number 3 signal right here. I was a little bit too late on that, so I considered, all right, I will just short a breach of the low, because if this is a new trend developing out of a sideways trading range, the low will fail. But as it turns out, there still wasn't very much follow through. So here we are with the back and forth. And coming back with yet another number 3 signal. All right, I'm going to treat this as a second push, and I'm going to look to short down here again. Same logic as before. In fact, if this number 3 signal reacts early here, I will tighten my order to below the reactionary bar. There it is. Okay. The safer trade, I suppose, is still below here. Maybe just to be different, we'll do something safe. For the sake of a couple, 3 ticks, I'll wait for the better entry. Oh, they're going to come back with yet another number 2 signal. All right, here now a number 2 signal. I'm going to bracket this tiny little range that we have. Okay, so this the number 2 signal. This the number 3 signal. So we've got a 2-3-2 type setup, which tends to make for a more predictable reversal. So we get the number 2 signal to sell, or pardon me, to buy. We get the number 3 signal, which is a continuation signal. There's no follow through. We come back with yet another number 2 signal. And that very often will tend to be have a little better follow through. Now, my ultimate target, I'm still going to try to get it up here all the way to the median line. Oh, well, maybe I'll adjust that somewhat. Maybe that's reaching a little bit far. Maybe I'll look about halfways. That should be pretty close to this morning's highs, I think. And yes, it looks like the market opening just above 6,600. Okay, I'll bring my stops up a little bit. Thanks, Scott. Scott says 66.14, go for it. All right. We'll swing for the fences. There we go. All right, first obstacle, primary support. Let's get over that hurdle. I'm managing my stops fairly aggressively, essentially just leaving them a couple of bars back. If there isn't too much hesitation, it should hold me in. Oh, get going. Look at that. Nails the primary support line. And there we go. We get that little bit of a hiccup. Yeah, Scott says, don't strangle it. It's going all the way up. I admire your confidence, Scott. Scott says, it's Friday, let go. That's right. Frank's asking, I'm installing Ninja 8. Should I migrate Ninja 7 main configuration and database? Um, I I didn't. I'm have Ninja 7 and Ninja 8. Um, Ninja 8 isn't going to allow you to move a whole lot of things over. So you pretty much end up having to rebuild a lot of stuff. When you are installing Ninja 8, or if you choose to install Ninja 8, it will ask you if you want to overwrite Ninja 7. I didn't. I left the 2. Like I said, there's very little. You can't really transfer anything from one platform to the other because Ninja 8 was a total rebuild from the ground up. And so you can't transfer templates or tools or any of that. If you choose to move into Ninja 8, remember you can download the Ninja 8 version of the software you own from the members area of the Indicator Warehouse website. So go there, find your folder, and then uh, you can download your software for Ninja 8. Okay, we got a number 1 signal here developing that kind of snuck past me while I was chit-chatting, but this here will give us a second push opportunity on it. Yeah, Frank says I like 7 better, but I'm trying to keep up. You know, it's funny. People aren't usually as divided over the software as they seem to be between Ninja 7 and Ninja 8. What I'm going to do, folks, is if we break this high, I'm going to pop in with a buy order. Uh, quite honestly, and I'm not knocking those of you who have Ninja 8 already, I saw nothing wrong with Ninja 7. I thought it worked very well. It was stable. Um, graphically, it wasn't annoying to look at or anything. I thought Ninja did a fine job with Ninja 7. But, they built Ninja 8, so here we are with Ninja 8. And it is the standard for NinjaTrader right now, which is why I feel I have to make the move. Because more and more of our owners are running Ninja 8, and so I get the emails and phone calls saying, why aren't you running Ninja 8? Okay, so it looks like we hit a little bit of a sideways drift again. So what I'm going to do while we have a moment, I am going to change some of the graphics here. I tried to do this the other day. For some reason, it did not allow me. Where are you? Here we go. I find the dark green hard to see. So let's see if I can't brighten things up here a little bit. All these colors, and the programmers always go with dark green and red. There we go. That's a little better. I'll just remember to save that. Okay. We're back into this whole trading range zone. Remember the trading range that we looked at back here? This is where we're at again, kind of testing now the top end of the trading range. Yeah, I would agree with Mark's comment here. Ninja 8 is a major revision this time, whereas in the past it's been more of an enhancement. The move from Ninja 6.5 to Ninja 7 was just that. They spruced up the graphics, made it prettier, fixed a couple of bugs, and kicked it out the door. Ninja 8, they did a total rebuild. And I think it was to try to take advantage of the multi-core processors that are a part of so many computers nowadays. I can't say that I know performance-wise, I noticed that much difference between the two. Like I can't say that Ninja 8 is faster. You know, graphically, it's visually appealing. It's pretty, but I'm not sure that should be the basis for selecting your charting software. For the most part, it runs like Ninja 7, but it's also has a few little of its own little peculiarities. All right, that number one signal that I was a little hesitant on did drift up to its profit objective. No real problem there. I'm not liking all the little pullbacks, though. There's almost too many little pullbacks for me. Scott says that's why I bought the Raptor, because it was pretty. And it is pretty. Then we got the slow little grind higher. Go up a couple bars, come down a couple bars. tighten up my ATR a little bit on my trade calculator here. To adjust your ATR, what you want to do is you click on your mouse, and then you can roll your mouse, and you can see you can increase your stop loss. Note the stop loss value here relative to where the market is. That's a 5 ATR. I can bring my stop in tighter by rolling it down. So I can make my stops more or less aggressive. All right, more of the back and forth. A little bit of an upward bias, but it's kind of weak. I would not be too surprised to see a little bit of a pullback here, perhaps to the hard edge, and then another rally. Maybe. Okay, it's a little bit of a sloppy number 2 signal. We got a really quick little retest. We have the short right here. We got the sell signal. I'm going to look to try to sell if the market takes out that low. All right, so there's my short. My target is going to be the hard edge, or actually I'll just run with the preset target. My 20 tick target. Like I said, this was a quick little number 1 or number 2 signal. It did not print as a number 2 signal because the parameters weren't quite right, but visually it is still a number 2 signal. We have a trend, and we have a little itty bitty retest of the high. And then we come back with a signal to sell. So that's our counter trend move. And we should be able to get down here at least to our profit objective. Here we go. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. Now it's likely the market's also going to get all the way down here to the hard edge, which would bring us right back to the primary support line. Where we have spent a fair amount of time today. Okay, back into the hard edge now. Things really kind of slow here this morning. Got to be careful not to nod off. Yeah. Mark says now's a good time to switch to Sanka. Are they still making that stuff? Those commercials used to be pretty good. All right, here now with the bigger number 2 signal. And we've got an opportunity to take the market below this low. We got our second push here. So that shows us that there is some buying going on here. There are some buyers. If we breach these lows, there's a good chance the market will try to head lower. So that's what I'm going to keep a lookout for here. At the moment, just moderately more bearish. Momentum overall has been very, very soft. Yeah, Mark says nothing but high octane for this guy. There used to be a great little restaurant here in Victoria called the Cultured Cow. This was like 25, 30 years ago, before um, the boutique burger joints were around, for lack of a better word. It wasn't a boutique, but he had what he called horseshoe coffee. And I asked him, "What's horseshoe coffee?" And he said, "It's when you make a pot of coffee, you throw a horseshoe in. If the horseshoe floats, the coffee's ready." It was good coffee. My goodness, you didn't need more than a couple of cups. It was like a defibrillator in a mug. All right. Are they going to push it lower or not? We're coming back with a number 3 signal. The signal that's going to print right here is yet another hard edge bounce. See, there you go, another number 3 signal. I wonder if I should just try to bracket this again. Look to buy above here. Look to short below here. So how I mentioned the 232 signal the other time, well, we've got the inverse of that. We've got the 323, which shows us the buyers and sellers really fighting it out. Down here was the 232, so the sellers trying to knock the market, or pardon me, put the market up. Sorry, it's Friday. Buyers trying to take the market up, sellers trying to take it down, and then the buyers coming back and rallying the market. Well, here we have the same thing developing in rapid succession. We got the buyers trying to rally, sellers trying to take it lower, buyers trying to come back, sellers again, and so far, nobody following through, which does open up the possibility of a valid breakout when it occurs. You can see the market couldn't possibly be any more neutral for the last 15 minutes or so. We've just been stuck around that whole 6,600 area. All right, here we go. When we breach the lows, the primary support zone here is going to be a big deal. Come on, give me that one swing. All right, so bring my stops in. Oh, not. Oh, you stinkers. Well, it was a good try. Got tagged a little early, maybe. If this is my trading range, this now is the retest. I could put another just in case ordered below here to short. No, they're going to run away on me. I was a little bit too slow there. Well, had the right idea. They just a little bit too aggressive with my stop. Well, they continuing to drift a little lower. Looks like they may try to recover to the bottom end. Well, the seller's making quite the move here. Yeah, they made it all the way here to the bottom end. Okay, well, here's a little bit of a bullish push again. We didn't really get any opportunity to get in on that, which is rare. That is very rare. But it's kind of the way the day is going today. Normally, before there's a reverse, there's at least a little bit of a hesitation, like we see right here. And that hesitation will produce a number 2 signal. But we don't have that, that opportunity right now. The market, I don't know. You know, that was a decent move lower. I don't know if I'm ready to recommit to the sellers at this point. They shouldn't be having a pullback so soon. I don't know. We'll stay with it just a little while longer here and see what plays out. If we can get another, perhaps a number 3 signal to short. I would not rule out a number 2 signal if this retest came down here a little bit, reversed and headed higher, produced a number 2 signal. I might be open to a short-term buy. Hey, way to go, Ray. Ray says I scalped one contract, got $70 on the move. Nicely done. All right. Well, we'll just wait. What's interesting here, though, is with this little hesitation right here, you can now throw a trend line on there. Which, if we come back now with a hard edge bounce at number 3 signal, oh, that happened pretty quick. See, that's the other thing. It's almost as though we are a little bit light on the volume side. All right, so here now the number 2 signal after the number 3. I'm going to look to buy that. So I'm buying that number 2 signal, looking for a little bit of a reverse here, a little bit of a move higher. The hard edge, of course, the first target. Come on, get up there. You can do it. The hard edge giving me a little bit of grief here at the moment. Okay, I'm going to reduce my risk here somewhat. I'm going to take it down to break even or up to break even. Pretty much jam up the market. They're either going to hit my profit target or they're going to tag me out. Okay, well, that worked out not too badly. Quick little uptick off of the retest. So what made me think the market was going to move higher from here? Well, we had the big move lower, right? A nice steady progression move lower. We had the market come back. It even gave us a little bit of a trend line or the ability to draw a trend line. What you're going to find is that a lot of times the market likes to do things in pairs. So this was, move number 1 lower. This was move number 2 lower. Move number 2 should have had some follow through to it. It was a quick little move. It within a second or two, we had all these bars print, which makes you wonder. One thing about day trading is you have the ability to see how the market unfolds, how prices unfold. And when you get those really fast moves, that should make you sit up and take notice. not that the move is exploding, but rather that why is the move occurring so quickly? And very often it's because there's not enough orders there. There's not enough orders to sell. There's not enough orders to sell, say, right here on the trend line break. And so the market gaps down here until it actually finds some orders. And then, of course, the buyers pick it up. And we come back with a number 2 opportunity. You could have bought above here as well. But because it was counter trend, I was trying to get in a little bit earlier just so that I could reach my profit target a little bit earlier. And overall, it worked out just as planned, which is always nice when that happens. All right, well, so much for that bullish push. What happened to all that momentum? Wow. Here I thought we were going to see a nice little rally result, and nada. We're right back here to the primary support zone where we've spent pretty much the whole day. What's going on? You know, we were talking about measured moves the other day, and this is making for a very tempting measured move if we get a short signal here. I don't know. Technically, we've drifted through the hard edge and our clouds actually stacking a little bit more bullish, but here they come again in a slightly more bearish fashion. Could put another trend line here. We flip the ATR over. I'll put a line down here so it's not so distracting. We did produce a sell signal, but it doesn't really qualify as one of our high probability signals. In fact, it's, I guess, more of a discretionary signal. I don't know if I'd even want to call that an early number one signal. That's reaching a little bit. If we fail to go higher at this point and come lower, that I might be able to persuade myself that is an early number one signal, but I'd be looking for a trend line breach or something like that to confirm it. No, no. Okay, well, that takes the pressure off of that. So it actually turned out to be an early number one signal to buy. So the cloud's in the process of crossing over. We get the pullback. The cloud's not fully crossed. That's why the number one signal did not print, but it was essentially a number one signal to buy. Not as easy to see developing though, because right here the market just looks dead neutral. We're very, very sideways in context. We just had a decent move lower, but no real follow through, and then here we are. So not the easiest of signals to take advantage of, but that's all right. We can wait. All right. Well, while that's while we're waiting for something, maybe I'll play with my colors again. I'm liking the green. Maybe I'll do something with the red. I don't know. Is that the color of a tomato? It doesn't look very red. Where'd you go? Tomato. Tomato. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, sure, that'll work. And back into the sideways back and forth. Well, a lot of sideways trading. Here is today's session, and you can see we're trading well inside of yesterday's range, and it's just such a tiny little bar. It's tough to keep your focus when the market is this slow. But it is Friday, and we're kind of winding down a little bit. It's going to be difficult to do anything until we kind of get outside of this larger range that the market has established, or we need to wait for it to establish a smaller range again. Almost looks to me like we've got a little bit of a channel type thing going on right now. In which case this could be interpreted maybe as a number 2 signal that's going to develop if we head lower. Maybe break the bottom end of the channel. I may try to short that. If we break the bottom end of the channel, we take out the ATR line. It'll be right at the hard edge. That's the only thing. It'll be a little bit dicey. All right, there it is. Come on, where's that follow through? Okay, I'm going to take my stops in around break even, and hooray! Hit the profit target. Nice. Oh, that's a nice way to finish off the morning. Actually, a pretty good day, except for, that early attempt, which I really, I hate early trades. I really do. That whole opening range period. Uh, I've shared with you before that when I'm trading, there's a lot of times I don't come into the office until the top of the hour just to avoid that whole opening range entirely. Yes, sometimes you see some very strong moves in opening range, but a lot of times the market is conflicted. It doesn't really know whether it wants to go higher or it wants to go lower. And opening range can be difficult, to say the least. So if I ever learn to avoid opening range, I'll probably save myself a bunch of money. Here we are back down here around the support, looks like around the 68.83, or pardon me, 65.83 area. I better make an appointment with the optometrist. Or here, I know, while we're making some changes, whose idea was it to use such small type on the price axis? Where's the font size? They've hidden it. Oh, there we go, font. Let's see what that does. Oh, that's a little better. Okay, yes, I like that much better. Let's try 16. Okay, now you're talking. I don't know if I like, I'm not sure I like the tomato color. Let's work with that. Where did you go? Oh, the thing with the red is it's nice and bright. Oh, let's try orange red. Let's see what that looks like. That might be a little bit brighter. Good news is there aren't too many to change. Yeah, I can live with that. All right, gang. I think we're gonna close things up here. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you again on Monday. And hopefully, I'll have everything organized on Monday. We'll talk to you then. Bye for now.